Chicken stuffed with black pudding is an amazing combination of flavours and a firm favourite of mine and my family. I first created this recipe for my newspaper column in the Sunday Mercury, and then later on I republished it on my Chef Kevin Ashton blog. From time to time people ask me, well, when are you going to do a YouTube version of the recipe? So here it is. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Thank you. A butcher that has a company by the name of Fruit Pig was kind enough to send me some of his black pudding to try. For those that don't know what black pudding is, it's made from fresh pig's blood. And Fruit Pig are the only remaining craft producer of real authentic black pudding in the UK. This delicious black pudding is sustainable and environmentally friendly and available widely across the UK. If you didn't know, black pudding is very, very good because it's high in iron for people that suffer from anemia and also if they have chronic fatigue. So give it a try. So on my counter we have the ingredients to make 2 chicken breasts stuffed with black pudding. So let's go through the ingredients. We have 200 millilitres of homemade chicken stock. Next to that we have 2 chicken breasts with the skin on. Both chicken breasts weigh approximately 230 grams each. If you go to the butcher, a butcher will probably call this a supreme of chicken because it still has the first bone on it. Next to that we have 100 grams of good quality black pudding. In this saucepan we have 400 grams of baking potatoes with some of the skin still on that we're going to make into mashed potato to sit the chicken on. At the front here we have 8 grams of fresh tarragon. Next to that we have 125 millilitres of double cream. We've got 25 grams or approximately 4 pitted prunes. We've got 1.5 teaspoons of grain mustard. We have half a teaspoon of corn flour or corn starch, and we've got 10 halves of walnuts that we're going to toast. And then of course we've got a little olive oil that we're going to use to cook the chicken. So the first things we need to do with our chicken breast is we're going to take off our fillet. Each chicken breast should come with a little fillet underneath, and we want to bat these out. So the simplest way to do that is to use a meat bat or a rolling pin, but we want to use some cling film so that it doesn't stick to the meat bat. So we'll just cover that again with another sheet cling film. And then we will get our meat bat and just gently, evenly bat the chicken fillets out. We want to try to double them in size if we can, but we don't want to get any holes in the chicken fillets. So just gently and evenly. I'm not digging, I'm not using the sharp ends, I'm just using the flat side. And as I said, if you don't have a meat bat, you can use a rolling pin. And you're just trying to do this evenly, and it's a not bad idea also to move them around to make sure that, just like if you were rolling pastry, it will help by moving it around to make sure that you're batting them out evenly. So we're almost there. And that's about it. So sometimes when chefs stuff chicken breasts, they make what's called a ballantine, where they bat the chicken out as big as they can, and then they stuff it and then roll it back up tightly in the cylindrical shape, which is called a ballantine of chicken. The upside of that is the presentation looks really nice. The downside of it, in my opinion, is that it destroys the texture of the chicken. I want the chicken not just to taste good, but to have the texture of chicken. So we need a nice sharp knife, and we want to trim off just about 20 grams. And I don't want to take it, I want to take it from this side because this side's a little bit thicker. And 20 grams is not very much. So it doesn't matter if I take this in 2 pieces. We'll put the scale on. That's 5. And it doesn't matter if it's about 15, it doesn't need to be. The main thing is we don't want to take more than 20 grams. And we want to keep the chicken even. I don't want to make big holes in it or anything. See, there's 10. I think we're going to go with 15. I think that is enough. So we'll take 15 grams from each breast and mix that with the black pudding and the cream to make our force meat. So here I have my 8 grams of fresh tarragon, and we're just going to take the tarragon leaves off the branches because tarragon branches can be a little woody. So we'll do that first to all the tarragon. And from our tarragon leaves we want to use 3/4 for our sauce. So we'll say that's about 3/4, maybe a little bit back on there, and we're going to chop this up and put that into the stuffing for the chicken breasts. So to make the stuffing is really simple. We're going to put our 100 grams of black pudding and our 4 prunes, which is approximately 25 grams of pitted prunes. And remember, we've got 15 grams from each chicken breast, so that's a total of 30 grams of chicken breast. And we're going to also put that tarragon in there. And we want to whiz this up, and then we're going to add a little cream. So we'll put our processor on, and we'll just start off with some pulses. So this is the how fine you want it before you add your cream. So we're going to add 2.5 tablespoons out of this 125 milliliters of double cream. Just enough cream to smooth it out and make it creamy, but not too much because we don't want the stuffing too wet. And 1/2 tablespoon, so that's 2.5 tablespoons. Then we're going to put the lid back on and pulse it some more. So this is the texture I'm looking for. So it's nice and creamy, but it's still quite firm. And now we're just going to season it lightly with some salt and pepper and just mix it in a little bit, and then the stuffing is ready. So we'll chill it until we need it. We'll put a little bit of salt in it, not too much because there is some salt already in the black pudding, and some pepper. And we're just going to process that just for about 20 seconds just to mix that seasoning in. So we want to create a pocket to put the stuffing into. So we'll take a sharp knife and we want to cut down the length of the thickest part of the chicken breast. Just take it very gently and keep your knife horizontal. And you want it pretty deep pocket the length of the breast, like that. So there's a good pocket there for the stuffing. And we're now going to stuff it with our black pudding stuffing. We want to kind of control where we put the stuff in. I want to try to keep it in and away from the edges of the chicken, so I'm using a palette knife. Now it doesn't matter if we don't use all the stuffing mix, because if we have a little bit extra we can make some little cakes from it and fry it off together with the chicken, and we've just got a little extra black pudding risserole. So try to get a decent amount of stuffing in, because I hate it when you have something that's supposedly stuffed with something and there's about 1 bite of stuffing. So I think that's good. So now we want to take our chicken fillet that we had wrapped up, and I'm going to take a second just to unwrap this, and then we'll cover the chicken. So I have my chicken fillet, and we're going to lay that over where the stuffing is, and we're trying to make sure that all the edges are sealed so that the black pudding cannot escape. And then we're going to close this flap over to add some extra seal. Press that chicken down to the edge to seal that black pudding in. Now we're going to cling wrap it and then put it in the fridge for half an hour. So I've covered my potatoes in cold water, and I decided to add a couple of big fat cloves of garlic to cook with the potatoes to give it a mild garlicky flavour. When the water comes up to a simmer, I'm going to add some salt then. So we're going to take about a tablespoon of the reserved chicken stock. It's really nice and gelatinous, and we're just going to pour that on top of the cornstarch, and we're going to give that a stir to make a paste. So to make the sauce is really simple. We put our chicken stock in a non-stick saucepan. We've got it on medium-high heat, and we want to reduce this by half. And once we've got it reduced by half, then we will add our grain mustard and our cream, and finally finish it with some remaining tarragon leaves. So the chicken stock is reduced down by half, but if you're not sure about that, you can always take a measuring jug and pour it into the measuring jug to check when it has reduced and concentrated, so you only have half left. Now we're going to add the other ingredients. So we've got double cream, and when you start adding the other ingredients, you really want to turn the heat down so it's a low simmer. You don't want it boiling hard once the cream's been added. And give that a stir around. And then we've got a teaspoon and a half of grain mustard, and we're also going to add some of the tarragon leaves to give some tarragon flavour to the sauce. I'm going to save some of the tarragon leaves to decorate with, and we don't want any of the stalks in there, but we do want some tarragon flavour. Right, that's good. And we want to bring this back up to a simmer, and once it is simmering, then we're going to stir in a half teaspoon of cornstarch, corn flour. So my sauce is coming up to a simmer, so now we're going to add our cornstarch, our corn flour. And we'll just thicken it up just a tiny bit, just to help to hold the ingredients together and give you a really smooth sauce. So I have a cast iron frying pan on the stove on a medium heat that I'm going to toast my 10 walnut halves into the pan. I don't want any oil in it. I would just want to get a little bit more colour, but the real purpose of toasting the walnuts is to bring out the walnut flavour. So you turn the walnuts from time to time, and this is the colour you're looking for. Really light, but it's just been on enough to toast those walnuts and bring the flavour out. This is what you're looking for. So the chicken breasts have been resting for about half an hour in the fridge, so they're pre-set, so they should be ready to fry. So we're going to heat our pan up. We've got this on number 8, so it's pretty medium high, and we want to put a tablespoon of olive oil into our pan, and then we'll start the cooking process. So we're now going to start cooking our chicken breasts off. Whenever you're frying something, you want to lay it away from you, so if it splashes or spits, spitting away from you, not towards you. And we've laid it skin side down, and we want to get both sides brown, and then we're going to finish the cooking of the chicken in the oven. I've preheated the oven to 190 degrees Celsius. And now we're going to season both chicken breasts with some salt and some black pepper, and we want to get the skin side nice and brown, and then we'll turn them over. So the chicken breasts have had 4 minutes approximately down. On the skin side, we're going to gently turn them over, And we've got a nice colour going on there. And we're also going to season this side. So again with a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of salt. And we want to get them brown on the underside, and then we're going to transfer them to the oven. So it'll take about another 3 minutes. And now they're lightly brown on the underside, so now they're ready to put in the oven. So the chicken is cooking in the oven, so we're going to finish off the mashed potatoes. So we just drained the potatoes. We've got them in a steamer insert to make sure they're really totally drained. And then in a moment or two, when they're completely drained, we're going to put them back into the saucepan on a very low heat to dry them out, because that's really important when you want to get fluffy mash. So the 2 garlic cloves we cooked with the potatoes, because I peeled the garlic first, I can just mash them straight into the potatoes. And now the potatoes are really nice and dry, now we're ready to mash. And it's important when you're making mashed potatoes to mash the potatoes first before you add any cream or butter or whatever else you're going to add to the mash, because you won't be able to get it smooth once you started adding butter and milk or cream. So remember, this is going to be strong enough to have a chicken sitting on top of it, so I don't want it too wet. So I'm just going to add about, this is 400 grams of potatoes, I'm just adding about 20 grams or 15 grams probably of butter. That is enough, because there's lots of other flavour going on the plate. I'm not going to add any cream or milk, just mix that butter in and that will be good. Ideally you want to let the chicken rest for a couple of minutes before you try to cut it, and then you just want to get a sharp knife and just gently cut it through just in half. Here we have our finished dish of chicken breast stuffed with delicious black pudding, sat on a bed of mashed potatoes and surrounded by a delicious cream sauce with chicken stock, tarragon, grain mustard and walnuts in. Enjoy. And don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe.